Good evening. I'm Chanel, Vehicle Title Expert. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I thank you in advance for subscribing. Tonight I'm going to be talking to y'all about how to prevent having a mechanic lien filed against your vehicle. I will be sharing some helpful tips to you of how to prevent that from happening and what you can do in the event you are already in that situation. So let me start off by saying majority of mechanics do not want your vehicle. They simply want to get paid and you can just take your vehicle and, go on about your day. But they do not want your vehicle. They don't have the space to have a lot of vehicles sitting around. They just don't have that, that luxury. So they want you to pay and just, remove your vehicle as such. Now, the first thing I want to talk about, and this is an area that I see happen often when it comes to that mechanic lien being filed. This is where a lot of people make the mistake. So you get your quote, whether it's in person or over the phone, you get the estimate, and everything sounds okay. You bring the vehicle in for that diagnostic. And this is again where I see the problem. You take your vehicle in for the diagnostic. Okay, the diagnostic fee might be $125 or more dollars. And then the mechanic tells you, the estimated costs and things of that nature. And some of you don't move forward, but you'll let the vehicle sit for some days and weeks and what have you. You'll tell the mechanic, oh, I'm going to come and, I'm going to pay you in a few days. I'm going to pay you next week or whatever. Big mistake, because what's happening is your vehicle is going to start accruing storage fees. So what I tell people often is when you get that diagnostic done, okay, if you do not believe you're going to be able to pay the down payment, if the mechanic is asking for that, or even the full amount within that, a few days time frame or weeks time frame, whatever, get your vehicle towed. Okay, pay the diagnostic fee, get it towed. You're going to come out cheaper that way versus letting the vehicle sit and just accumulate storage fees. Storage fees are extremely costly. Some mechanics charge $30 a day, $50 a day, and I can go on and on. So if you just let that vehicle sit thinking you can buy yourself some time and you're trying to scrape up the money to pay what it is that mechanic is asking for, do yourself a favor. If you can't afford what you're being quoted, get that vehicle towed. If it's not drivable, get it removed. Take it back to your house or wherever, or to another shop, because if not, you're going to be paying a significant amount of storage fees. And a lot of times when those storage fees are adding up, they can be more than what the actual repair of the vehicle is going to be. Okay, so not only do you have diagnostic, repair, but you're also going to have those storage fees. Okay, they do add up. So that's the first thing you want to look at, that diagnostic, the quote, and the estimate. Can you really afford what is being quoted? If not, and if you can't pay it within the time frame that the mechanic wants, then remove that vehicle and just pay for the tow. Another thing is you really want to stay in close communication with that mechanic pertaining to, the cost arrangements, whether you're making a down payment, whether you're going to remove the vehicle at X amount of time, whatever. You want to communicate with that mechanic. If the mechanic feels that you are dodging them, you're not being responsive to the calls, then they feel as if you don't care. They basically, have something against you, that you're not corresponding with them. They're trying to give you information and you are ignoring them, or you're dodging. Okay. Another thing you want to look at is whatever the arrangements are pertaining to the diagnostic, parts, labor, whatever it is pertaining to that vehicle, get it in writing. Okay, get it in writing. And if you have it in writing, sign off accordingly. Keep your copy as well. Make sure you have everything in writing. Okay, and that repair ticket should be itemized. You should see itemizations pertaining to the parts, pertaining to what is getting repaired, labor, an estimated time frame, as well as to how long the mechanic thinks it's going to take for that vehicle to be repaired. So whatever is being communicated to you from the mechanic, get it in writing, sign off accordingly as well. Another thing you want to be mindful of is, the storage posting. Some mechanics do have, signs advising you of how much they're going to charge for storage per day. Okay. And if you see that, communicate with the mechanic if that's your concern about storage. Ask them how much time do you have? If it's going to be an arrangement or an agreement, how much time do you have before they will assess storage fees on your vehicle? Ask them that. Don't assume anything, but just ask them, and even ask, can they work something out with you? Some mechanics will remove the storage sometimes. I mean, I've been doing this for a while, and sometimes they will even reach out to me, Chanel, just remove the storage and let them know we'll take that off, and all we want is the repairs for labor, and parts. So sometimes they will do that, but you have to stay in communication with that mechanic. Okay. So these points that I'm sharing, please take heed and be mindful of them. What should you do in the event, the mechanic has already filed a mechanic lien against your vehicle? What should you do? So you want to ask the mechanic, is there a possibility that maybe you can have a payment arrangement? Okay. Now, be upfront and be honest, regarding the terms that you are seeking. And you want to also have that in writing if they agree to those terms. And you will want to stick with those terms, because if you do not comply with those terms of the arrangement, the mechanic lien process can still continue, or it can restart. So, if you are in that situation, try to work out a deal or payment plan with the mechanic, maybe weekly or bi-weekly, until, your vehicle is paid off. But let me say this, you don't want the process to be extremely long, because again, they want their money, they want to get paid. They don't want vehicles to just be sitting for long periods of time. Okay. And I want to share a final note with you guys. This is something that I've seen, from my years of doing titles. I see strange things all the time, but this one here, when it comes to mechanic liens, if there is a lien on your vehicle, okay, I've seen people, take their vehicle to the body shop with the hope that the lien holder, uh, you know, will not find it. Yes, the lien holder will find the vehicle if it's a lien, because even if there's a lien on that vehicle, the mechanic can still file a mechanic lien against the vehicle, even though you are still financing it. Yes, it can be done. So again, don't use the body shop as a holding place because you're trying to, hide your vehicle from the lien holder. Because when the process starts, the lien holder is going to be notified anyway. So I just wanted to share that with y'all, because I do see that happen from time to time when I'm working up mechanic storage liens. If you have any questions pertaining to mechanic storage liens, if you're in a situation right now and you need further guidance or insight, Feel free to drop me a line below or visit me at wisdomandauthority.com. Please check me out on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Please click, share, and subscribe. I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.